Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I call this meeting to order. This regular board meeting on February the 10th, Tuesday, 2026 at 5 p.m. at the 570 Camino Lito Galindo, Rio Rico, Arizona. Can we please stand for the pledge? Mr. Beach, will you?
Yes.
Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please be seated. Okay, roll call. Ms. Alma de la Riva. Present. Mr. Brad Beach.
Present.
Mr. Rene Ramirez. Absent. Mr. Ben, what is it, Guerrero? Absent. And Lourdes Vasquez, I'm here. We do have a quorum. Thank you very, very much. What is the adoption of the agenda? Are there any motions?
Yep.
No changes, no
No
recommendations.
changes, no recommendations, nothing?
Motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, nay. Okay, motion passes. Call to the public? No call to the public. Alrighty, moving on. We have presentations, FCCLA Week Culinary Arts Presentation. Mr. Verdugo.
Thank you. I'd like to invite Mr. Lopez up to introduce the FCCLA. I think it's Culinary Arts will be presenting. And I know that you celebrate CTE and all the different programs. And so I think we have a presentation of what the is doing. So, Mr. Lopez.
Thank you, Madam President, members of the board. It's my pleasure to be here, and let me introduce briefly. Our students will be the ones sharing information with all of us. But the Rio Rico High School Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America, also known as FCCLA, they'll be providing a short presentation to highlight the different activities they participate in throughout the school year. February 9th through the 13th, it's National FCCLA Week. So the chapter officers who are here, we have Brianna Lillywhite, Daniela Osorio, and Camila Ruiz. They wanted to include our board, our district board, as part of the celebration for the week. So without further ado, I'll introduce them and they will be sharing with us their presentation.
Hello, my name is Brianna Lillywhite and I'm president of FCCLA Club. My name is Daniela Osorio and I am the vice president for FCCLA.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Camila Ruiz and I'm the Vice President of Community Service in FCCLA.
So a huge part of FCCLA throughout the whole entire school year is our state leadership conference, and it is usually in the first week of March. So it is coming right around the corner. There's two options in which members and students can compete in, which is STAR events and proficiency events. Our state leadership conference consists of everybody in the state of Arizona joining in and competing against one another in Tucson, Arizona. So STAR events are events that are national level, so they can qualify students to go to nationals and compete. It is all over the United States. It's open to anybody and everybody in FCCLA. So under these STAR events, there's academic presentations, there's challenges, there's knowledge tests, and there's also hands-on competitions. So for example, in the next few weeks when our FCCLA members are going to compete, one will be competing in the culinary arts category, two will be competing together in a sustainability challenge, and two, including me and Camila, are gonna compete in a nutrition and wellness presentation. So for example, last year, my partner and I, we competed in an event called Promote and Publicize FCCLA, and that gained us our second place award, which qualified us to go to nationals, and we went to Orlando, Florida this past July.
Oh.
So talking about the STAR events, there's also the proficiency events.
Along with the STAR events, proficiency events are made up in the state of Arizona, which only FCCLA Arizona students can compete in Arizona, so it doesn't take us to nationals, but we still get placed in first, second, and third. Several of our chapter members will be competing this year in cupcake display, cookie display, mystery basket, and chicken fabrication. Last year I had the honor of competing at state in a cupcake display with the theme of Broadway, and I placed third overall. We also had another member compete in the cookie display, which won us second overall. She displayed a various amount of like cookies, Italian cookies, and we took home 2 title winnings. So yeah. Our club is heavily based on community service involvement.
As a vice president of community service for culinary arts, I help organize and support service activities related to food preparation and kitchen work. One of our ongoing projects is monthly the pop-up collection for Ronald McDonald's House, where we collect and recycle pop-ups to support families in need. In December, we participate in the Giving Turtle by baking 100 Christmas cookies for the kids. We also have our certificate here for baking 100 cookies for the kids. And also, in January, we celebrate our community's heroes by preparing and serving lunch for the firefighters as a way to thank them.
That's it for a lot of what we do. Right now, we're pretty busy with a lot of different caterings and stuff, and we kind of just help around our community whenever we're asked to. But other than that, that is what our club is about. Thank you.
Thank you.
What kind of catering do you do, and do you follow nutrition guides for catering, like for the firemen?
So different caterings that we do is we do catering or staff lunches for the teachers. We either do caterings that involve our community asking for us. This Friday, we actually have a catering for the district spelling bee that we will be participating in, and we do follow.
Counties.
Oh, county.
The county.
Spelling bee, they'll be
The county
catering for the
spelling.
county spelling. bee.
And we do follow guidelines like wearing gloves, safety, any safety measurements, wearing hairnets. So yeah, so to keep like everyone sanitary and keeping our food safe.
Give me an example of like what kind of food you.
We usually do like a prepared menu. Recently, we did a catering of a Super Bowl menu for the teachers, which was a chicken sandwich, jalapeno poppers. It goes along with a brownie dessert and a drink. Yeah.
Nice, thank you.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Beach.
Yeah, let's talk about cookie, cupcakes, jalapeno
Yeah, I know.
poppers. Man, I'm
You
getting
didn't bring
hungry.
any samples?
Yep, exactly. No, I caught on to some with community involvement, competition, traveling. All that's an amazing program that gets you ready for life after high school. So definitely you and your classmates take advantage of that. We were doing our walkthroughs and we walked through your classroom up there. And man, that's a state of the art ovens, refrigerators and mixers. It's very impressive. So I just want to thank you guys for doing what you do for our community and hosting events. And was it the Ronald McDonald House? For doing some of those volunteer work also. So keep up the good work. 2 individuals that did go through our program, Mr. Joel Robles and I think it's Crispo Jorges. They're now chefs in Tucson at some 5-star resorts up there, and they're doing real well. So you got a great program. Keep it up and keep on representing Rio Rico.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, well, congratulations with all of your awards and everything. I just wanted to know, like, just about how many schools are in, that compete against each other? Like from Tucson, you said Tucson, but like.
There's a lot.
It's not just Tucson, but it's all over Arizona. So people coming from Phoenix, anywhere in Arizona that offers FCC.
So you're talking hundreds of schools. I mean,
Thousands of people compete in the state every year.
oh, wow, and even more impressive. Very, very impressive. Yeah, and especially because you guys did bring back, some awards and stuff and very meaningful things. But congratulations. And like Mr., he said, yeah, thank you very much. And anything you guys need, here we are, guys and to continue, all of this work and all of this exposure because, this is like amazing for you guys, amazing. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Much for your time. Thank you.
Wow, okay, moving on, B, San Cayetano Elementary School, IAP and data presentation, Mr. Verdugo.
Thank you. This is a continuation of our IAP presentations and where we're at. Tonight is Michael Tria and her team from San Cayetano.
Well, they're a tough act to follow. These ladies were super confident
I
and
know, aren't they amazing? Wow.
Well, good evening, everyone. I am Ms. Renteria. I have the honor of being the principal at San Cayetano, and it is my proud privilege to present to you this evening. So I am super excited to share that our instructional coach, Ms. Sarah Boswell, is here, as well as our behavior coach, Ms. Lisa Monke, and my best friend, Ms. Rivas. So thank you for attending. These ladies have definitely put a lot of effort into this. So this evening, I'm going to go through our letter grade from last year, as well as the data behind it and how our school integrated action plan is going to focus strategically and moving us forward. You're familiar with this. You've seen it a few times, but this slide essentially shows how the letter grade is calculated statewide, with 50% of that. The focus of it is on growth, and that is an area of strength for us this year. So we're super excited about that. Yay! We are absolutely ecstatic that we are a B this year. As I mentioned last year, we love the letter C and Cayetano and Cheetahs, but not for the letter grade. So we're super excited that we did earn a B this year. So this definitely reflects our student growth as being the focus. So kind of that breakdown of looking at our prior year. So you can see we did have an overall increase of 15.89 points. So we're super excited about that. We were 1.67 points away from an A. That stung a little bit, but nonetheless, we're super proud of ourselves. So as far as proficiency and stability, we had an increase from the prior year. So this year we were at 14.63. You can see last year we were at 12.72. As far as growth, we were at 49.7. So it was also an increase from last year, which was 40.22. Our EL proficiency and growth, that is an area that we definitely need to work towards. We had just a little bit of a decrease this prior year. It was from 6 points, and the year prior to that, it was 8 points. And then for our acceleration and readiness, we're super excited. We did earn 10 points there, and the prior year it was 2, so that was a huge jump. So overall, we had our total sum was 80.33. Prior year was 62.94. We did have our bonus points as well, so that brought us to a total of 82.33. So we're super excited. So again, yay! So I just want to break it down for you in each section. So as far as proficiency, so our final score here is based on the average points that students score. So I really want to give a shout out to having the resource of MAP, because MAP really helps us identify our areas of weakness from the beginning of the year, so we can start focusing on that, because we can really project where our students are going to be. And so the areas that you see in green are actually where MAP projected. We had a higher, the projection was lower than where our students actually performed. So we're super excited about that. So just to kind of give you a look at that. So for third grade for ELA, we had 12 students who were partially proficient. MAP projected 14 students to be partially proficient. And then for proficient, we had 8 students in third grade. MAP projected 10. And then for our highly proficiency, we had 7, and then MAP projected 3. So we actually had more than we projected, but I just wanted to make that point because MAP really is helpful in helping us prepare and identify those students of where they're going to be. It really kind of shakes us up a little bit at the beginning of the year. Like, we've got some work to do, but it allows us to take action pretty quickly. As far as also for ELA, we made a big shift last year. There's 2 tests for elementary for MAP testing. One is K2, and then there's 2 through 2nd through 5th grade. We choose to do the 2nd through 5th grade because it allows us to look at that projected proficiency on AASA for students in 2nd grade. so we can get a jump start in second grade. We're not waiting till third grade to start making those changes. So I won't go over all of those pieces with you, but I just wanted to really impress upon how important that resource map has been for us to be able to make those instructional decisions. So overall, as far as our proficiency, we did earn with that, I'm not sure if you're the breakdown, you earn points for each student's performance. So like your students who are minimally proficient, you earn no points. Students who are partially proficient, 0.6, part proficient, you earn 1 point, and highly proficient, 1.3. So the average proficiency, that's where we get those points from. And so previously we had 12.72, and then this year 25-24, we're at 14.57. So we did have that increase there, and that's out of a total of 10 points you could earn there. But so we definitely have growth regarding that proficiency, but that's really, again, MAP helps us make that projection. And then here, as far as our stability points, so those are determined by weighing student scores based on how long they've been enrolled with the same school. For students who have more full academic years, like those students who have been with us for 2 or 3 years, their scores carry more weight. So here you can see that we had a total, it doesn't break it down for me point-wise, but out of those possible 20 points, we earned 14.63, which was an increase from last year. So again, we're seeing those students making that growth. All right, so here. So our growth is really, truly our strongest indicator. Our students are making significant academic gains in both math and ELA. So student growth percentiles compare each student's growth to their peers and where they scored the previous year. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so you do receive the most points for your students who were minimally proficient and have the highest growth. So those kiddos who go from being minimally proficient to highly proficient or move along, that's where you're gonna get the majority of your points. So here, bless you. So for our ELA, we received 24.7 points out of a possible 25. That's awesome. And then for math, we earned all the possible points, 25 out of 25. So I think that really shows that we're starting to gain that traction. With iReady, we're feeling more confident in implementing that curriculum. So we're super grateful for that. So that was an increase to the prior year, which was 40.22. So we're super excited to see that. But again, growth is our area of strength. Here for EL proficiency and growth, now this is definitely an area that we need to, an area of growth for us. So here points are earned on the percentage of students who are reaching English proficiency compared to statewide results. So the percent proficient of our full academic year students, we had 10.14% and the state had 14.47%. So because we were less than the state and we don't earn any points there. The percent growth of full academic EL students, again, we were less than the state average. We had 0.34 and the state had 0.50. We're pretty close, so that kind of tells you overall, like we're all kind of in the same boat, but nonetheless, that definitely is an area of growth for us. So you have a possible 5 points in each of those areas, the proficiency as well as the growth, and we earned 3 out of those 5 points in each section, giving us a total of 6 out of 10 points. And that's where we had the decrease from last year as well. The year prior, 23-24, we had earned 8 points there, and this previous year was 6. So that's definitely an area of improvement for us. I accelerated too fast. Sorry. See, nobody got that acceleration and readiness. Just kidding. So for acceleration and readiness, this indicator reflects early literacy and attendance factors. So while we earned full points for readiness, chronic absenteeism is still an area that we need to address, right? We've kind of acknowledged that district-wide. So here you earn points for your acceleration by improving outcomes in 3rd grade by reducing the number of students who are minimally proficient from the year prior. So you can see that the previous year in 23-24, our percent of students who are minimally proficient was 61.54. So we had a slight decrease at 60.87. That's why we received those 5 points there. And again, that map projection, looking at our previous data, we're projected to have 59.7 students who are minimally proficient. So again, hopefully we get to earn those 5 points again next year. That's what it looks like, because we'll have decreased it from this previous year. Then for absenteeism, I don't know what happened, 23, 24, 25. Obviously, there was a big jump as far as absenteeism, and that is looking at reducing the number of students who are who miss more than 10%, right? Your students who are chronically absent. So you're looking for a decrease from the prior year. So last year we had 36.83. Right now we're projecting 8.91. January was a little rough though, so we'll see where we're at. So we're projected to earn those points there as well for this following year. Any questions? Still with me? All right. Hi. So that's as far as the letter grade piece of it, just kind of reflecting there. So again, we're really excited about the growth that we've had. And now looking at our data, you'll start to see a discrepancy, right? Like, so we're definitely seeing the growth, but our proficiency is where we need to make that increase. So here at Azala, I always struggle with this one. There's so many colors and numbers, but shout out to Meg. I appreciate you for all of your effort and your support. The TLA office is awesome in providing this data for us. So here, what we're looking at is improving that proficiency by grade level. So where you see the initial colors, the green columns, what you're looking for there is that increase in percent proficient we have in 2nd, 4th, and 5th. Kinder stayed the same. Well, they don't have anything the prior year. So, and then there was a decrease in 1st through 1st and 3rd grade, but we did see that increase in proficiency in those other grade levels. Now, if you look at that last column, what you're looking for here, that's a decrease of students who increase their proficiency level. So that's where we're struggling, really having those students move their proficiency level. So kinder, we had some success there, but not in our other grade levels from 1st to 5th grade. So again, that's going to need to be an area of focus for us. And so this, again, kind of just gives you a different picture of it. This is showing you that decrease that I mentioned before, that we're just not seeing the gains. On the flip side of that, we're really seeing a decrease of the number of students that are growing on Azala. And then here's for proficiency. So again, we're seeing, we had that slight increase as far as proficiency, but just not enough. We'd like to see more, but there was a slight increase there. For AASA testing, so here you're gonna see, it's again, this is where that discrepancy is, where you can see that we're below the state average. And so we really wanna focus, the data is telling us, we really need to focus on our early literacy skills, like that, what's happening in K2. I think we've really had a focus on lower 3rd grade, but we really need to start focusing on setting that foundation and really looking at what are we doing in kinder through 2nd grade. And of course, our interventions and that piece of it, but definitely not where we'd like to be proficiency-wise. For likewise, what we're seeing here in 3rd grade, and we are seeing math improvement, again, attributing that to our curriculum. We've really, now that we're into our 4th year, this was our 3rd year, we're really starting to gain traction with it, but we still need to see improvements there. We're still not by any means where we want to be, right? And you'll see that trend across the board. So for ELA, we had a slight increase. And then for math proficiency, there was just from 24 to 23, so a little bit of a decrease there. And I feel like these are so self-explanatory, so they're a little quicker. And here again, like we're consistently seeing that we're below the state average, and we're seeing that decrease. Here, we're like math, like there's we're stronger in some grade levels depending on, we've got some veteran teachers. So we can see here we've got a little bit of an increase. Oh, I'm sorry, quite an increase there. So we're excited to see that. Again, we have a couple of more veteran teachers in 5th grade. It has been really strong for us, so we're grateful for that. AZ Psi. I'm sorry, I still have my foot on the gas. I'm accelerating. And so here, again, you can see that for AZ Psi, we're still seeing that same pattern. We're just not strong enough within our proficiency. So that's where we're looking at as far as our IAP, like what work do we need to do? Because we're really seeing like, why is our growth strong, but our proficiency is still low? So there's definitely that discrepancy. So that growth is really reflecting that our students are making those gains, significant gains, year over year, but that proficiency really takes that sustaining that growth over time, right? So that's where we need to really focus on things. Don't get scared, there's a lot of letters and words up here. But in a nutshell, essentially, we have 4 major goals. We've got our math, ELA, we have behavior, as well as attendance. And really they're very similar, and we do that purposely to try to keep it in line. But by the end of the school year, 90% of learners will achieve grade level proficiency. We like to aim high, right? You shoot for the moon, land in the stars, that's where we're working. In math, as measured by, we look at iReady, MAP assessment data through the implementation of comprehensive instructional framework. This framework will include systematically identifying student struggles, providing tailored support through a robust core curriculum, targeted intervention, effective instructional strategies, and enriching opportunities with ongoing progress monitoring, adjustments made throughout the year to ensure that every student stays on track. So essentially, the big picture, what are we doing for our SIAP? We've created an instructional hub for those 4 areas. So for ELA, for math, for behavior and attendance. And what we're doing is really answering those 4 questions, those 4 questions. What do we expect all of our students to learn? So as a teacher, I can go to that page and I understand clearly what the expectations are. What do all of my students need to learn? What am I supposed to be, what materials and resources am I supposed to be using? Then that next question, what do I do if they're not learning it? So you have resources for small group, intervention, whatnot. And then that third tier, what do I do if they're still not getting it? Then what are your resources there? What does that look like? Are we starting SSTs, 504s? What is the intervention that the teacher is doing? And then that extending piece, that's another area where we need to focus on. What are we doing with those students who are already performing at grade level, making sure we're not forgetting about them. So really, it has been a working year for us in focusing on really having that instructional hub for our teachers to refer back to, because we are seeing there's some discrepancies between grade levels, sometimes from class to class. There's some challenges for sure. We're super grateful for our long-term subs, but it's really challenging to step into the classroom when you don't necessarily have that experience. You've got the heart. Okay, we can teach the skills, right? Hire for heart, and how do we add those skills? And so it's really trying to, again, create that framework where we're setting those instructional expectations and having that consistency for all of our students. So that really is the goal. And it's the same for behavior. If you're struggling with a student, what is the first thing that you do? By no means is this perfect. We're flying the plane while we're putting it together, but we're definitely seeing gains with behavior. School-wide behaviors we have seen a reduction, but we're seeing more significant behaviors and consistent with specific students. So we're working on that, and as well as attendance, that same expectation of student is struggling. What is the next step that you take, and moving on with that. And we do have PBIS and all of those areas. So I didn't want to take you through each step, but that's essentially the nutshell. We're really trying to create that resource so we have those same expectations across the board in every grade level, and really trying to take the guesswork out. Like, our teachers are putting in the work, they're the boots on the ground. What are you seeing that's working? Okay, that's something we need to make sure everybody's working on. It can be really overwhelming when you get a new curriculum in ELA. We're really grateful for it, but again, just really trying to find those pieces. And I want to give a great big shout out to Ms. Boswell. She took on leading our 301. She created an IAR, an Independent Action Research Plan. And thank you for our TLA for giving us the opportunity to do that. So essentially, she's really focusing on ELA precisely to help inform that framework. But it's, I think we've got the majority of our teachers. So anyone who is not a first-year teacher, all of our teachers are in that 301 together. They're unpacking standards, they're looking at what works, what doesn't work, because it's really making sure that the teachers are understanding what they're teaching. So truly, our focus is on effective instruction and empowering our teachers to be the absolute best that they can be. And truly, I'm so grateful to Ms. Boswell for her ability in the classroom, what she's able to do. She's definitely spreading that across campus. And Ms. Mulcahy, she's a trooper. She's been so supportive with our students and really helping them get what they need as far as behavior. So we're really excited as far as the growth that our students are making. I do project to see the same with proficiency. I think it's going to take a little bit of time, as I said before. We need those, that consistency with the growth, but we're working really hard. So well, that's right. Do you have any questions?
Okay, good job. Ms. De La Riva, you have any questions?
No, Mr. Diaz, thank you very much. Congratulations on that grade on your B. Yay.
Yep, yep.
I'm really excited.
Questions, I can see your action plans and your goals are very clearly explained, so I know you'll get to an A
Right.
eventually. And thank you to Ms. Monge and to Ms. Boswell.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, Mr. B.
No, I have nothing. Thank you for the presentation. Yeah, it's always nice to get up here when you're going up a grade level and not down a grade level.
Yeah, certainly makes
So,
it easier.
Congratulations to you, your team, your teachers. You guys put in a lot of hard work. It's showing. And just keep on following the data and action plans and carrying them out. And it's always, is this working? Is this not working? And just keep on moving forward. Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing with me, congratulations to all of that, all of your team. You have a wonderful, wonderful team, okay, and they, all of you guys are together. And that's one of the things that I think all of our schools need is that we need the buy-in from the teachers, from everybody, not just from some of them. And sometimes our veteran teachers are the ones that people struggle more with, okay, because I remember, that we struggled with all these years. Why? I've always done it this way. Yeah, but you're great, but they're coming down, but again, that's really good that you guys have all of that help, especially from the TLA office. Is that what it is? TLA office? Okay. And your team and everybody, working together, to make a big impact on our students. That's what we need. And congratulations on your B and hard work with all of you. Thank you so much. Thank
I
you.
appreciate that. It's our B for sure. And it's more theirs than mine, certainly. It's truly all of our staff. I'm
Oh,
really
absolutely,
grateful. We
absolutely.
have an incredible team and they look in every day and do their best. And I couldn't ask for more. I'm very grateful, truly. And likewise, the TLA and our district administration. I really appreciate the support that we receive. And, if there's something we're struggling with, we can pick their brains. That support is there. And I know Meg is on speed dial. So
Sure she is, yeah, I know.
having them on campus on a weekly basis has been really helpful.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Thank you. Thank you very much for your great presentation.
Yep.
Thank you.
Congratulations again. Alrighty, moving on. Before we leave, was Miss Cabrera here? Oh, yes, she is. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
29.
Woo.
29.
Always, Hey, age is just a number.
Hey.
Doesn't matter. Anyway, good job. Thank you. Moving on, okay? The superintendent's report, Mr. Verdugo.
Thank you. Just wanted to let the board know a few things. As we continue to have the IEP presentations with the principals and the school sites, one of the things that we do, I get a lot of questions on how do we make financial decisions?
Yeah.
And so part of it is through our quarterly reviews, and then with Ms. Brown, put together a new process. It's not new, but it's a process that we continue to review and see how we're doing with our teams. And the first step is those IEPs that you're seeing, is there financial things that are behind that? Do they need additional support?
Mhm.
So I wanted to notify the board that we're through that process now with the school sites with our first meeting, reviewing that, reviewing staffing. And then the next step for them is to come back to us and say, yes, this is what we are utilizing and it's working, or maybe we need to repurpose some of our staff, or maybe we need to repurpose some of additional stipends or things that we're looking at to continue to improve our school sites. So along with what you're seeing from the IEP, we're doing our part on our end as a district administration, meeting with the principals and discussing the school sites and how they're utilizing the funding and how can we continue to strategically use our funding. Because it's limited. As you see, the reason I want to bring it up is because you see, again, almost every day I see another district that is losing money, whether it be enrollment and closing schools. I just opened up the review and Skysaw school district is now closing additional 2 schools.
2 more schools.
Yeah, so it's something that I get constant questions about. And I just want to notify the board that we're always looking at that as well and trying to be ahead of the game. Whatever we're doing, we want to be 2 to 5 years ahead of where we're at. So just want to notify the board that we are working on that process. Second, wanted to share with the board, if you didn't see it in the International last week, there was an article written by Mr. Dittmar about our strong art programs to reduce hidden treasure, it's a great article, and I have copies for the board so that you can take that with you. But it's a great article about the advanced art program and how our students are doing and what they're doing in that art program. And especially there's some student that she refused to sell even for almost $5,000, one of her pieces of art at the last art show. It's just incredible. But she's like, no, I want to keep it. And so just incredible. Yeah, I mean, I would take the money.
Well, exactly.
Yeah,
That retirement.
yeah, but then you know, the pride that she took to do it, you know, so.
So again, congratulations to Mr. Dittmar and all of the art teachers and all of our students that are continuing to work hard. A few other things, wanted to congratulate Jessence Galejo on her sectional championship as she heads into the state championship in a few weeks. I know Mr. Beach is getting ready over there. Herself in the process. I don't know if it's a good omen. If Mr. Beach gets hurt wrestling one of the Taibo Galejos, they win the state championship. So it might be a good omen. Boys soccer, region champions. And which is interesting they are the 4th ranked team in the PowerPoints in our region, but they were the champions. So they peaked at the right time and ended up winning those games and became the region champs. And they have a game this Friday against Westview up at Phoenix, first in the playing game. So good luck to them and congratulations on the region championship. Boys and girls basketball. Boys basketball has not had the most positive season, but last Friday on their senior night, they upset the number 12 team in state on their senior night, winning 83-77, which was a great win for them. And that stopped Douglas from winning the region championship. So good. And then they have a big game tonight as well, which they play Saurita, which they lost in overtime too. So hopefully they can pull that last game out. And the girls now moved up to number 24. So they're in the last spot for the playoffs. And I know they have a big game tonight. So good luck to them. And for the Hawks dance team, they have state this Saturday. Last year they were state champs, then runner up. So hopefully they can come back to being state champs. So good luck to them. And then boys wrestling also has their sectionals coming up. So good luck to them. So we've got a lot of activities going on with our students. And so wish them all good luck. Thank you.
Thank you. All righty. Our governing board member report, Ms. Arriba.
I have nothing to report. However, I do want to take this opportunity to thank the principals and everybody involved with the wonderful gifts that we got last for board appreciation. After I went home and I started opening my gifts and I saw all the wonderful stuff that we got, I just had to mention it and say thank you, very much appreciated, as well to Audra and Angie and everybody involved with our recognition. Thank you very much. And happy to see that you are doing well and welcome.
Thank you. Hanging in there, slowly but surely. Thank you. Mr. Beach.
Yeah, I think, Mr. Verdugo, I think you're right. The district in communication with the schools, they tell you what they need and you guys supply the funding. Because when I was first teaching, it never was like that. You know, when I first got to Rio Rico High School, we didn't have biology books. We didn't have our science books. I had to use my college notes, but we adapted and we did well. I remember taking the kids down to the river for ecology labs, going to Peña Blanca, getting pond water to look under microscopes. So, you know, we just adapted in the early years.
Yeah.
So it looks like from district to schools, to our principals, to our teachers, you guys are all working together, and that's what makes our district good. Yep. Let's see. Yeah, Jessens Callejo, she took, is it regionals or sectionals?
Sectionals.
Sectionals.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's one tough cookie. I wrestled her brother Jesse. He tore my Achilles tendon. Wrestling Jetsons last night, and she tweaked my neck. So I don't know if I should be wrestling any of the Callejo.
Any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some tough cookies. Yep. On the wrestling front, Sofia Renteria. Mimi says, don't mention her, but I got to.
Yeah.
They're out to college. She placed fifth at a tournament a couple weeks ago. I saw her on Facebook on senior night. She's representing Rio Rico in a positive manner. Ariana Villaescusa just wrestled in Croatia at a top tournament that sort of starts ranking the women. She's ranked in the top 20 in the world. #1 in the United States right now at her respective weight class. So she's representing the 2028 Olympics, might be her last hoorah to get after it. It's a couple years away. She's going to be about 30, 31, which is prime for an athlete. So we'll cross our fingers. Maybe she can make the Olympic team.
Yeah, hopefully.
That'll be good. And on the academic front, I just found Miss Holman. I don't know, I forgot her name. That went to the Air Force Academy. Angela, but she's ranked 4th in her class right now.
Her sister. It's
What's the sister's name?
Joanna, sorry.
Joanna, I just found out she's ranked #4 at the Air Force Academy. And that's a very prestigious academy, probably one of the top 10 universities in the United States. And she's ranked 4th in her class. So good job to Mr. and Mr. Holman, as well as one of our former students. That's all I got.
Thank you. Again, same thing. Thank you very much, Mr. Verdugo, for letting us know, how this works with the finances, because, if our kids need something, we need to be able to get their, whatever it is that they need in order for them to succeed. Okay, because if we don't give them the means, for them to succeed, then we're not doing anything for them. And I'm really grateful that you guys, are together, that your team and, Miss Brown and everybody that works with this, with all the financial decisions, and that we do help them out, when we can, and when we are able, and when they need it, the most. So thank you very much. To all of the sports also, good luck to everybody. All of our sports are doing really good. Our basketball teams, I know that they've been, struggling, but it was good. That win was good. I had it from one of our teachers. One of her sons is playing, and she posted it, and she said that it was a big upset, for Douglas. And I thought, oh, that is so cool, because it's great, and thank you for all of the principals who gave us all the really neat stuff. Oh my God, you guys just go overboard. Thank you so very much. I love my jacket from Puerto Rico High School. Look at this. I like the one from Calabasas too. It's like a vest, like we got one from Patimundi last time too. So all of you guys did amazing. You guys, it's like, we're humble. Thank you.
How are they gonna up it next year?
I know. It's like, you guys are gonna have to, really, huh? Yeah, so anyway, but thank you so much for everything, and thank you for everything that you guys do for all of our students. We are in a really great place right now, I think. So thank you very, very much. All righty, moving on, information, what is this one? Information, discussion, action. It's the Santa Cruz Valley Unified School District policies.
And no policy.
No policy updates for that one. Okay, Mr. No future topics or anything like that?
Just a reminder that our next board meeting is February 24th. And then in March, we only have one. So I just wanted to remind the board that we have one meeting in March. And then also those that are attending the Pulse Conference on June 27th.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, one of the things that I need to also to mention, and I'm sorry that I moved on because that was one of the things that I had to do is that I can't wait to visit Guatimundi and Calabasas. We're gonna be going this month, so can't wait to be over there. There's always been something happens, you know, that I haven't gone back to Calabasas since I left. I mean, I've gone back to Guatimundi a couple of times, but not to Calabasas, so I'm really looking forward to going, guys, okay? Anyway, just wanted to mention that. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Okay,
That's it.
okay.
Any topics that the board would like to?
Any topics, guys, that you would like to, no, any? None? I don't have anything either. Okay, so then the consent agenda, approval of the consent agenda. Does anybody, let me see, any matter on the consent agenda will be removed from the consent agenda and discussed as regular agenda item or items upon the request of any board member. Does anybody have anything, Ms. De La Riva? No, Mr. Beach?
Nope.
I don't have anything either. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve, accept, and ratify the consent agenda as presented.
Okay, all those, second, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion passes, and it is adjourned, right? And it is, at 5:45. Thank you very, very much, everybody, for coming. Thank you.